In this eerie and atmospheric retelling of the classic vampire tale, Thomas Hutter, a young real estate agent from the town of Wisburg, journeys to the Carpathian Mountains to finalize a property sale with the reclusive Count Orlok. Driven by a desire to provide for his wife, Ellen, Thomas ignores the terrified warnings of Transylvanian locals who claim the Count is a spirit of the night. His skepticism shatters upon arriving at the skeletal castle Orlok, where he meets a host who is physically grotesque, possessing rat-like features and predatory stillness. During their meeting, Orlok becomes obsessed with a portrait of Ellen, noticing her lovely neck, and hastily completes the purchase of a dilapidated manor located directly across from the Hutter's home. As Thomas realizes he is a prisoner of a vampire, the narrative shifts to Wisburg, where Ellen suffers from dark premonitions and sleepwalking episodes, psychically sensing the approaching evil. Orlok travels toward Germany by sea, hidden in coffins filled with ancestral soil and plague-carrying rats. During the voyage, the crew of the ship Empusa is systematically slaughtered, leaving a ghost ship to drift into the Wisburg harbor. The vampire's arrival brings a literal and metaphorical darkness, rats swarm the streets, and a devastating pestilence begins to decimate the population. While authorities blame a natural plague, the eccentric Professor von Franz and the madman Nock recognize the supernatural hand of the Nosferatu. The atmosphere in Wisburg becomes one of suffocating dread. Thomas eventually returns, haunted and broken, only to find that the monster has specifically targeted his wife. Ellen, reading a forbidden book of occult lore, discovers that the only way to defeat the vampire is for a sinless woman to distract him with her blood until the first light of dawn. Realizing that science and medicine are helpless against this ancient predator, Ellen accepts her role as a sacrificial lamb. She discovers that her lifelong melancholy was actually a deep-seated connection to Orlok, who claims a dark, ancestral right to her soul. On the final night, while Thomas and von Franz attempt a desperate hunt for the Count's resting place, the real battle occurs in the Hutter bedroom. In a scene of chilling intimacy, Ellen intentionally beckons Orlok to her window. The Count, blinded by his visceral hunger and the nonpareil purity of Ellen's blood, loses track of time as he feeds. As the sun rises, its rays strike the chamber, acting as a purifying fire. The vampire shrieks and dissolves into smoke, trapped by the willing sacrifice of the woman he coveted. The plague is lifted and the city is saved, but the victory is bittersweet. Thomas finds Ellen lifeless in her bed, having surrendered her soul to banish the shadow. The film concludes with the grim realization that while the day of doom has been averted, the world remains permanently scarred by the memory of the creature that once walked among them. If you enjoy watching this video, then subscribe to Angel Recaps for the latest movies explanation.